So tell me then, so you found this great mentor, and he's showing off his properties to you. Um, what then happened? How did you get started then in real estate? Was it right after you found your mentor, or did it take a little while as you kind of you waded into the corporate world and then got started in real estate? How did you manage that journey?
It was it was pretty soon, right after, to be honest. So I mentioned he said I should read Rich Dad Poor Dad, and at that time I was fairly quick out of college, and I said, all right, I'll do that, but first I'm gonna try to pass this thing called the CPA exam. So I studied my butt off and was able to pass that first attempt, which was not that many people do that, to be honest. It's because I spent a
Yeah,
lot of nights and a lot of mornings and a lot of
yeah, well,
afternoons
that's
studying.
impressive, definitely.
But I wanted to get it out of the way because I could see good things happening. So when I read Rich Dad Poor Dad, I was like, again, it was like an aha moment. Having an accounting background and numbers background, that the book didn't tell me anything that I didn't already know, like in concept, but it told it in a way, it said it in a way that it's like, I never thought about it like that. A house is an asset only if I have someone else paying the bills for me, paying the mortgage for me, right? So um, to answer your question, I guess I pretty soon after that, I kind of lucked into my first property, and then I kind of lucked into my second property, and just kind of snowballed from there. But yeah, I discovered that I liked it, and I enjoyed being a landlord to the extent that you can enjoy it. And yeah,
You know, it's funny, but Rich Dad Poor Dad is it's on everybody's reading list, right? Everybody has read that book that's in real estate, and it's so funny because that book is not a very technical book. I don't think you can read that whole book, and I don't think it even references cap rate anywhere in that book.
no,
But you're right; it's the story that it tells, and that's what really captivates so many people is the way that the way the author lays out the story in that book. And it's not technical. It doesn't teach you anything, but just it takes you on this journey, and then afterwards you're just kind of left with, like you said, an aha moment after reading that book.
absolutely, yeah, it's a mindset shift kind of book. After that, once you have that mindset shift, then you can go and gain that technical knowledge, perhaps that you also need, or that is very helpful. But for me, that's what it was. It was just kind of expanded my mind of what could be possible.
The other thing that you said that really that I wrote down here real quick was you said you use the term lucky, and I know how you're referencing it, but I always tell people as investors, we always have to have an eye open for opportunities. And when you do that, and if you're putting in the work and you have an eye open for opportunities, it creates that luck. So it's not random luck, but it's where you're preparing and you're doing the work, and then an opportunity happens to come across, and you recognize the opportunity, and then you act on that opportunity, and all those things combined equals luck, right? So it's not random luck. You're not just driving down the street and there's a house for sale, you know. So I wanted to kind of expand on that piece.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. It's funny how sometimes the harder you work or the more prepared you are, the luckier you get, right? Luck in quotation marks. So you're right. It's not random, and I've been very lucky, fortunate in my life, but I'd like to think it's because I've tried to prepare really well.